Testing, testing. Okay. Good morning. My name is Gabriel Serra. Today is the 8th of January, 2026, 8 o'clock Central European Time. Actually, to be precise, 8:06 Central European Time. And today I am deciding that, okay, I may not have the equipment to actually show my work on the screen, but what I am going to do is I'm going to do this process and it's going to be just on me. That's it. I'm going to at least show that I'm doing my work. That's it. And today my work is to read the book, Steal Like an Artist, as of right now, just because I need data for output. So I need input for output. And what I mean by that is I'm building systems to generate a massive amount of content on YouTube. And I'm going to do this in such a way that I have a system to do it for me. And I'm going to work the system for now until I have AI and AI agents do the rest of the work for me, so that all I have to do literally is just show up and read and put my charisma and my flair on it, and that's it. So all the scripts will be automated, everything will be created and connected. I'm going to have the entire automation set up with make.com, and we're going to make sure we do this. I'm going to absolutely 100% make sure that I do this. But that feels like a long time away, especially as this computer is slow as molasses. It's getting really, really slow, especially if I want to do live streaming. And at only 8 gigs of RAM on an M1 MacBook base model, it's not going to cut it. So either which way, I cannot make excuses. And I have to show my kids, I have to show my family, like, hey, you know, just one thing, just one thing per day, and I guarantee you it's going to move the needle. And I've seen that. I've seen the power of my systems, and I've seen what happens by falling off of my systems, especially after this traumatic experience of having our daughter taken away in September of 2025. It's been really hard for me psychologically and emotionally and spiritually and mentally and financially, and it's taken a lot out of me. And I don't want this for my kids. I want my kids to have so much better than I ever could. So in order for me to do that, I got to move my ass. I got to move my ass. And if I can't do anything positive, like, you know, if I cannot at least be financially constructive, I might as well be constructive in another sense and at least cause no harm, you know, versus doing some crazy shit like take out a whole bunch of money and get myself into debt or do something fucking silly. I might as well just fucking put myself in my own hamster wheel and protect my family from myself, you know? At least this is how I feel right now about myself until I get back on track. Having said that, I've got my working procedure. I printed out this working procedure. It's nowhere near complete. And I'm not kidding myself if I'm saying that it's complete. No, this is not how I do things. But I got to get back into the groove of this. I have to get back into training my mind to be like, oh, wait, yeah, I got this. I have to see this physically as of right now. Before it was all digital, but now I got to just print it out, which I did, so that way I see it. So either which way, here's me working my system. Step 1, this is my pre-deep work routine. Step 1, turn on the laptop, log in, open Google Chrome, Mac OS, go to YouTube, brand account, create a live stream, go live. Okay, that's exactly what I did. Log into Notion, go to my life map. My life map, I can't show you that. I already know what I have to do. I have to now go here to the daily stand-up. Okay, before I get started with all of that though, I'm going to do a prayer because, right, I got to really make sure I put that on. I got to really make sure that I put that on here. Pray, because once the live stream is going, I have to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive our debtors as we forgive our debts. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive our trespassors. Forgive our trespasses as we forgive our trespasses. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you, God, for all you do. Thank you, God, for all the blessings, miracles, and gifts of today. Thank you, God, for being my friend. Thank you, God, for your unconditional love, support, and kindness. Thank you, God, for supporting this deep work session. May I be very effective, and may I get my work done with great ease and divine grace. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you. Okay, so I got that situated. After this, now I have to do my daily stand-up. And my daily stand-up is very similar to how, you know, someone in tech or whatever does it with agile project management. I think that's what it's called, right? Isn't that what it's called? Please confirm in very simple language what agile project management is, and if the daily stand-up is part of the agile project management. And also please confirm as well what the daily stand-up consists of. ... And what are the specific questions that get asked during a daily stand-up? Question mark. I think this is also important to show my kids, hey, like you gotta put in some work here. If you want to accomplish something, you gotta put in some work here. It's not fucking law of attraction, manifestation, sit on your ass and then fucking, you know. Yes, I agree there is a time to strike, there is a time, but there's also, hey, look, make sure you ship your bricks. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do your thing. What's the one thing you gotta do? Do that thing. That's the thing. Do that thing. And that's what I am trying to show here. And I have to set the example. I can't just talk about it. Don't do what I say. Do what I do. And I have to really show that to my kids. Otherwise, I'm going to be a fucking hypocrite. And I don't know if my kids will ever respect me then. I don't know if anyone would respect me. I don't even know if I would respect me, honestly. So I got to really show that I can do this. And I do what I do. And I show that I do what I do. I'm waiting for this thing to load because the loading is very, very, very slow. So I have to just wait for this to load. Oh shit. That's a touch screen. Oh, I did not realize that. Oh wow. This I don't know if you can see it. The Elgato Stream Deck. That thing is a touch. It's a touch screen. That's cool. I did not know that. Good to know. That's cool. Okay. Agile project management. Very simple, clean, and clear. What is agile project management in plain English? Agile is a way of working where you work in small steps Check progress frequently, adjust quickly when things change, focus on shipping something useful, not perfection. Instead of plan everything for 6 months, then build once. Agile says, build a small piece, test it, learn, improve, repeat. Done. It's especially useful when you don't know everything up front. Things change often. You want fast feedback. Is the daily stand-up part of Agile? Yes, 100%. Okay, good. The daily stand-up, also called the daily scrum, is a core Agile practice. It exists to keep everyone aligned, surface problems early, maintain momentum. What is a daily stand-up? It's short, 5 to 15 minutes max, yes. Daily, usually done standing to keep it brief. Focused on progression and blockers, not deep discussion. It is not a status report for a boss, a problem-solving meeting, a long discussion. The 3 classic stand-up questions are, what did I do yesterday? What did I complete or work on since the last stand-up? What will I do today? Question number 2. What am I working on next before the next stand-up? 3. What is blocking me? Is anything slowing me down, confusing, or stopping me? That's it. Actually, let me put that into the system now, because that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Let's see what we got. Daily stand-up. Daily stand-up. My God, this is low as fuck. Let's check out the properties here. That is incredibly important. Right, this is it. What did I do yesterday? And that's rolled up from the right. What will I do today? Right? What did you do? What will you do today? That's the task I'm going to do today. Right. What's blocking me from getting it done? What did you do? What will you do today? Yes, and that's a roll up. Right. Right, right. Right. Mm-hmm. What is anything slowing me down? Why don't I? Right, any challenges or blocks? Right, and I have to break that down. Right. Any challenges or blocks? Okay, so I have that. I at least have that. Yes, I remember I have that. Okay. Why Agile plus stand-ups work so well? Small daily accountability, fast course correction, no buildup or of hidden problems, momentum stays alive. Agile, build in small steps, adapt often. Stand-up, the daily stand-up, a quick daily check-in using 3 questions to stay aligned and unstuck. Cool. So I'm already doing that. I already got that here. That's not a problem. That's easy. Next. Wait. Gotta make sure I have the thing. Come on. Let's duplicate this. This is for today, the 8th. Right, okay, I already get it. I already get how I'm gonna get back into this really quickly. I already know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna treat it like a sandwich, where every single day, at least one segment of this is optimized and ready to go, and we're clear on this. And it's gonna be like, okay, well, this is gonna be the thing that I do. I navigate, okay, that's done. I do the daily stand-up. Okay, I got to refactor that. That's going to be one brick. Refactor the daily stand-up. Refactor the subpages. Figure out how to really make this so easy now moving forward that it's just very easy to never get stuck again. And I have the documentation for it. Have it done, document it, get it done. And I'm going to make sure that I know all the basic agile things for the deep work. And then that's going to fit into my LifeOS, and that's going to fit into how I build a personal brand. Because once that's done and I then connect the automation layer to it, I can easily have ChatGPT, Notion, and then make.com, the automation layer, all connected with API. And then from there, it's just a matter of feeding the engine. Oh, I like this piece of content. I want to model this. Okay, I swipe it into my system, and then I get this GPT, the automation. I'll set an automation like whenever a new swipe comes in, run this prompt or whatever the fuck. And I'm going to make sure that I have my social media GPT ready to go so that I can just create from the top down. That's it. So all I have to do is just show up. And I tell you, creating content is not the secret sauce. It's not the secret sauce. It's how you do it. And that's the thing. I'm focusing on how I do it. Time tracker. Right, okay. So I left off with yesterday. Time tracker. All right, show me yes, show me no, show me true, show me false. My name is Gabriel, my name is Hema, my name is Mama, my name is Soraya, my name is Gabriel. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the highest, my energy level between 8 and 9 yesterday was 10. It was at 9, it was at 8. My energy level between 0 and 10, my energy level between 9 and 10 yesterday was 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 10 and 11 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 11 and 12 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 12 and 13 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. I track my energy, and I track every hour so that I can see where exactly was it that I was off. You know, like what is draining my energy so that I can avoid more of that and I can focus more on the things that do give me energy. So that's why I'm tracking this. My energy level between 13 and 14 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. On a scale of 0 to 10, tell me the highest my energy level between 14 and 15 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 15 and 16 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. My energy level between 16 and 17 yesterday was at 10, 9, 8. My energy level between 17 and 18 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. It was at 7. My energy level between 18 and 19 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. My energy level between 19 and 20 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. My energy level between 20 and 21 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. My energy level between 21 and 22 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. My energy level between 22 and 23 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. It was at 8. My energy level between 23 yesterday and midnight today was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between midnight and 1 today was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 1 and 2 yesterday was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 2 and 3 yesterday was at, my energy level between 2 and 3 today was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 3 and 4 today was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 4 and 5 today was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 5 and 6 today was at 10, 9, 8. My energy level between 6 and 7 today was at 10. It was at 9. My energy level between 7 and 8 today was at 10. It was at 9. And here's where I am right now. So I just did that. Now I've got my pre-deep work, post-deep work, and all that stuff. And let's go here to the debrief for the week. Was the 5th of January. Up. Today's daily stand-up is the 8th of January, 2026. Crosspoint is, by January 30th, deep work has been fully refactored, it's up and running, and we got this thing going. Yes? The previous daily debrief was the 7th of January 2026. Yes. Today's brick. Yes, I am aware that the thing that I am writing down as my brick for today is not the same as what I have for the overall goal of the month. There's a reason for that. This computer, I cannot fucking, it is going too slow right now for me to do anything like this. All right. So the daily stand-up is done, track my time, and I do that because I need to know exactly what I'm going to be doing each and every hour. So every hour is a block. And in that block of time, I have to be able to get that stuff done. Before, I was having such a good cadence that I could get things done very quickly. And what is going to need to happen is I need to have my watch dialed in again. So I feel the buzz on the watch. I know to stop, take a break, keep doing this over and over and over again. And that's what I have to do in order to get back to this work. The next thing is to drink my smoothie. Okay. And then after that is going to be Hape. And then I have to get to the EFT script, put on the Apple Watch, toggle the alarms on for the deep work. Yes. And then Brain FM. And then, right. And then open the deep work procedure. Right. And that's how I have to get back into this. That's how I have to get back into this work. And we're going to get there. I'm just piecing this together bit by bit again so that I can get back into it. It's like, it really does feel like I was injured, like emotionally from having custody removed of my daughter because we said no to this non-life-saving surgery, even though we were told, yes, you can decline the fucking surgery. So having my daughter taken away, then the financial trauma of all the cash that I was saving last year to now go to legal fees, it was really fucking hard. It was really hard. So I feel like I have this injury. I feel like I have a real fucking injury here. And I gotta get back into it. I gotta get back into it. I miss doing this stuff. I miss doing it. All right, thank you, God. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Mighty I Am Presence. Thank you, Great Divine Spirit Team, for this blessed, holy, and sacred medicine. Bless this protein shake for my greatest science good. This protein shake nourish my deep soul love. So it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you. Hopefully in a few days I'll be able to order that computer. Fingers crossed. It will be very nice. Because this thing moves really slow. It's moving much slower now. That's how it needs to work. I need to have my day, my entire week is the show. Every single day, something has to happen to move me towards my vision for my life. And every day is a show. There's a routine for the day. There's the more, I wake up at this time, etc., etc. This is what I do in the day. That's like the container. Then the deep work is what is the brick that I'm actually I'm making, I'm shipping, I'm building so that I can build my bridge. Where am I going here? Right. Let me add that right now. Can you please do me a favor and give me a terminology sheet for first-time viewers so that anyone that comes to the live stream at any point in time, they can basically see a definition of, the bricks, comma, the bridges, comma, those important terms, so that when I talk about what a bridge is, what does that mean? How does that relate to a cross point? How does that relate from the top down, from the true north to actually doing the deep work? Because I'm live streaming my deep work sessions and I want to show and get the viewer to understand, like, especially if my family and my daughter were to watch this, I want them to really understand what the fuck I'm talking about and what I'm working on. So I want to make sure that it's very, very clear, and I want you to explain it in 5th grade language so that I can add that as an asset to show. Add that as an asset to show on every live stream. Holy fuck, it's cold. Still want to have that light on you. Oh my God, this is going slow as molasses. Well, okay, that's going. And while that's going, let's finish this up here. So drink the matcha, take the hot pay, etc., etc. Okay, cool, perfect, done. Next, hot pay is tobacco. It's not cocaine, it's not crack, not heroin. Hot pay is tobacco that grows, that's made in the Amazon rainforest in South America by the indigenous tribes over there. And I take this as my form of grounding, and I make it ceremonial in my way so that I am ready and prepared for the deep work session of the day. Okay? So I really try my best to infuse connection to spirit and to God. It's cold. Ay. I got it. I think I gotta make myself a tea or something here. My goodness. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to make it count. That's why we're going to do these live streams this way, because we got to make it count. Have to. Have to. This is a cacao hape. I don't know if you can see that. Smokeless tobacco is what it says. Oh, that does do a little blur in the background. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. All right. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Mighty I Am Presence. Thank you, Great Divine Spirit Team. Thank you, Subconscious Mind. Thank you, Great White Brotherhood of the highest vibrational frequency who love and support us unconditionally. Thank you for this blessed, holy, and sacred Hape medicine. I call on the Hape spirit, the spirit of the tobacco, the master plant, for grounding, focus, clarity, calm, strength, resilience, focus, clarity, lots more focus and concentration and discipline and dedication. Thank you, Hape, for helping me do my deep work today and doing it with great love, wisdom, power, and effortless simplicity. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you. Yeah, I've thought to myself, I could just leave the fucking camera on after I do the EFT. I have thought about that for a second. And then I can just clip. Maybe. I can do it. I can show it. And maybe I would. Honestly, maybe. Why not? Why the fuck not? Yeah. That's an idea. I just had an idea. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Honestly, maybe I could. Ah, that's too much. That's too much. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Mighty I Am Presence. Thank you, Great Divine Spirit Team. Thank you, Subconscious Mind. Thank you, God, for all the blessings, miracles, and gifts for today. Thank you, Hape. Thank you for expanding my vessel and healing my heart of all its wounds, helping me take in more light, receive more of the light of God that always wins. Thank you for clearing my mind of all confusion and of all doubt. Thank you for connecting me to the universal intelligence, helping me focus, helping me do my job with great love, wisdom, power, and effortless simplicity. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you. For me, I've kind of reached the point in my life where work is sacred, and even if I do have a business and I have people in the future that help me, still I think you need to be an operator regardless. So okay, what does ChatGPT say here? Okay. Oh, terminology. All right, here we go. Let me just copy this. Cool. Let's put that in assets. That's the thing about this hot pay. When it goes into the nose, sometimes the tobacco goes in the back of the throat. Can't do anything. This fucking thing is frozen now. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Okay, good enough. Good enough is good enough. All right, now I'm going to put this here. There you go. That's my deep work today. Oh my God, it's fucking cold. All right. So I got to put on my headphones. I'm going to read the book. Holy fuck. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to have this on until I finish reading this book. It's 9 o'clock now. Let's get into it. Fuck. Ah, bitch. Motherfucker. Okay. Let's go. Oh, no, this is not going to work like this. This is not going to work like this. All right. Let me just have the screen at least up. Let me at least just have the screen up. Oh, fuck. Is the battery legit dead? Oh, that's useless. Okay, well, I guess I'm here. How is this possible? Okay, I guess I don't think I close Notion. Let's see if that helps. Hmm. That's interesting. In the book Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, he says, he quotes from a French writer, Andre Gide, everything that needs to be said has already been said, but since no one was listening, everything must be said again. If we're free from the burden of trying to be completely original, we can stop trying to make something out of nothing. And we can embrace influence instead of running away from it. That's cool. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought yesterday too. Every idea is just a mashup or a remix of one or more previous ideas. Mm. Holy shit, it's really going, this computer's going so slow. Jesus Christ. All because I'm live streaming. That's crazy. That's an interesting quote. Jessica Hish, the work you do while you procrastinate is probably the work you should be doing for the rest of your life. Oh, shit. Practice productive procrastination. Take time to be bored. That's interesting. All right, this is that's an interesting paragraph. He's talking about obscurity and like getting your work out there. He says there's a kind of fallout that happens when you leave college. The classroom is a wonderful place, is a wonderful if artificial place. Your professor gets paid to pay attention to your ideas, and your classmates are paying to pay attention to your ideas. Never again in your life will you have such a captive audience. That's a good point. So Austin Kleon writes in this chapter, there's a kind of fallout that happens when you leave college. The classroom is a wonderful, if artificial, place. Your professor gets paid to pay attention to your ideas, and your classmates are paying to pay attention to your ideas. Never again in your life will you have such a captive audience. Soon after, you learn that most of the world doesn't necessarily care about what you think. It sounds harsh, but it's true. As the writer Stephen Pressfield says, it's not that people are mean or cruel, they're just busy. This is actually a good thing because you want attention only after you're doing really good work. There's no pressure when you're unknown. You can do what you want, experiment, do things just for the fun of it. When you're unknown, there's nothing to distract you from getting better. No public image to manage. No huge paycheck on the line. No stockholders, no emails from your agent. No hangers on. You'll never get that freedom back once people start paying you attention. And especially not once they start paying you money. Enjoy your obscurity while it lasts. Use it. That's true. Right. Oh, fuck, Bob Ross. Yeah, Bob Ross. Right, I remember him. This guy was making these massive paintings. That was one of my favorite painters. So there's a section in this book right now that's talking about Bob Ross and how Bob Ross, he had his show and he was showing how he painted, how he did everything. It was fantastic to just see it. Right. Right. It wasn't like he just had the finished product and that was it. He showed how he did it. Right. Interesting. Right. People love when you give your secrets away, and sometimes if you're smart about it, they'll reward you by buying the things you're selling. Right. He gave his secrets away. I got an idea here. Can you tell me if Epidemic Sound or any other copyright-free subscription platform or even a non-paid attribution-only platform allows long-form music? Question mark. So basically, I'm reading this book, Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, and the book is basically saying to model certain people that you like their work. And I happen to like this kid, James Schultz, I think, and his 12-hour study with me thing. And I'm thinking about like documenting a larger parts of my life, like really documenting my life. And right, the vlog thing, right? And I'm kind of wondering if I should do like a 24/7 live stream, literally, where I have multiple cameras in my room now, and I basically just record every day of my life. And when I'm not in the room, I basically have music playing. So like, let's say if at night I'm sleeping, I would like to have music playing for 8 hours where someone is watching, they come to the live stream, they could just literally see like, hey, I'm sleeping right now. Come back at 4 a.m. for EFT or something like this. And then they can see all of that. ... Is that possible? Question mark. Does YouTube even allow 24-hour streaming? is there some sort of like a AI music generator where I can just create custom tracks and like I could feed certain tracks, or I can have like a idea and feed that audio to an AI music generator, and then the AI music generator through a prompt or something generates original music for me? Question mark. Yeah, that's actually better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Great. Mm. That's interesting. Hmm. I am considering buying the Elgato prompter so that I can create shorts in bulk using the systems that we're going to build. And then thinking to myself, if I should just use a smartphone, put it on a tripod, and get a teleprompter app for the iPhone, period. What are the pros and cons to that? And what looks like I'm reading more from a, like I'm just speaking more naturally? Question mark. What looks like I'm speaking more naturally than actually reading from my teleprompter? Question mark. I guarantee you that doing this in such a way where you're creating content, like, here's the thing. If I'm trying to build a personal brand, okay? My goal is to build a personal brand and eventually to build something like a SaaS where I can have systems and deploy those systems and use them for pretty much every part of life. And that's what I'm working on with the trading operating system. And that's what I'm working on with the personal brand operating system, and creator operating system, whatever. So I'm kind of wondering, I already know like the secret sauce is not going to be how much content I create. I already know the secret sauce is not, let me fucking say this thing on camera. That's not the secret sauce. The secret sauce is how I'm able to think about something complicated, break that down into a system and work that system and have AI work that system for me so that all I have to do is just show my face and speak. That's the secret sauce. And that's going to be my secret sauce. Because obviously, like, work, people say AI slop or whatever. Motherfucker, you know how good this thing is already? Do you know how good this thing is already? Fucking crazy AI slop. It's only a matter of time before it becomes really, really good. And it'll happen very, very fast. So there has to be something else that you stick out with. And you can work on trying to be an AI cluster owner. Yeah, that would be something. And that would be something to look at and explore for sure. But until then, I'm figuring out how to make this in such a way where I can produce content. And Gary Vaynerchuk, he said a couple of years ago, I've been watching some of his videos and now it really makes more sense now, a whole bunch more sense. And to put out 100 pieces of content a day, 100 pieces of content a day, I know now that is very doable. And especially with AI, that's probably on the low ball. And I could probably produce more than that. If I think about producing one short per hour at 24 hours, and I do that for TikTok, Instagram, etc. Let me see, that's 30 seconds per short. That could take me maybe about 45 minutes to create 100 pieces of content. If I do 34 seconds and I have a system dialed in for scripting, I could literally just have an automation set up and have it go feed it up to Opus and then have that whole fucking thing going. I got to use the toilet. I'll be right back. There we go. Oh gosh. What the fuck? Oh. How in the fuck? All right, so I don't know if you heard that, but I was in the toilet just now and the toilet seat cracked. The toilet seat just cracked. What? I don't know. And it definitely would be actually helpful to have a microphone, because I forgot to put this off. I don't know if you want to hear me peeing in the toilet. So Gary Vaynerchuk mentioned, I think in a video from 2017, that in order to document and really build a personal brand and really take advantage of social media, he advises posting 100 pieces of content a day. And he has a team of 30 people full time. I don't. But I know that with AI and the right system, I can pretty much replicate that very easily. And the primary means would be through short form content. So posting shorts, like 30-second videos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X. And if I were to post on an autopilot way, what tools would I need and how would I be able to do this in the least amount of time possible? Question mark. Do I recycle the content or do I create new content for each specific platform? Question mark. So if I wanted to create 100 pieces of content and I did it in 34-second blocks per piece of content, how many pieces of content could I create if I schedule everything to auto post 1 per hour? Question mark. Okay, so TLDR, you can replicate Gary V's 2017 100 pieces a day strategy solo with AI systems. You recycle the core content, not reinvent it per platform. One long recording is dozens of shorts on auto post. Math-wise, 1 post an hour, 24 hours a day is not 100 unless you multi-post per hour. Now let's get clean, practical, and honest. Context, Gary V's 100 pieces a day. This idea comes from Gary Vaynerchuk in the 2016 to 2018 era. Important truth most people miss. Gary wasn't saying create 100 original ideas, obviously. He meant atomize attention from one source. He had long-form talks, a big team, humans clipping manually. You have AI, automation, distribution, APIs, zero marginal cost content. Net, you can do this with one person today. Yes, that's exactly right. The correct modern strategy, don't overthink it. What not to do. Create unique content for every platform. Record 100 separate clips. Manually upload anything. Chase perfection. What works? One daily source. Many short outputs. Recycled everywhere. 1 to 2 hour live stream monologue documenting life. AI cuts it into shorts, hooks, etc. This is the Gary Vee model upgraded for 2026. Tool stack, lean and realistic capture, single source, iPhone, camera or OBS, long form recording, 30 to 120 minutes. AI clipping, this is the leverage, pick one, Opus, video, Munch, Riverside. What they do, auto detect hooks, auto caption, auto resize, 9x16, generate 10 to 15 shorts per session, light AI rewrite, ChatGPT, rewrite captions per platform tone. Not required at first. Auto posting critical, pick one scheduler, repurpose.io, best for volume, Hootsuite, Metricool. These allow one upload to many platforms, platform native posting, schedule drip, recycle or create new per platform. Recycle the video, adjust the wrapper only. Do not refilm, re-edit, do change caption style, change hashtags, sometimes change title. Why algorithms don't push reuse the video? They punish low retention. If it holds attention, it wins everywhere. The math, very important. You asked, if I create 100 pieces of content, 34 seconds each, and post one per hour, how many get posted? Posting 1 hour, 24 posts a day. So 100 pieces is, no, if you want 100 a day, you must post 4 to 5 pieces per hour. Same clip posted to da-da-da. That's 4 pieces of content from one clip. This is how Gary actually does it. The least time, highest leverage workflow recommended daily or 3x a week. Record 96 minutes of real life EFT, thinking out loud. Da-da-da. Time cost, recording already part of your life. Review scheduling 30, 45 minutes. That's it. You do not need 100 a day to win. What actually matters, consistency, emotional clarity, message coherence, staying alive mentally. If you do 5 to 10 shorts per day across 4 if you do 5 to 10 shorts a day across 4 platforms for 90 days, you will outperform 99% of creators. Okay, so a clarifying question is, if I create 4 clips, okay? If I create 4 clips of content, shorts, on YouTube, and I post them to X, if I post them to Instagram and TikTok, do those count additionally if I recycle it? Question mark. So instead of 4 clips to just YouTube Shorts, if I post to X, Instagram, TikTok, does that now count as 4 each? Or is that still just 4 total? Question mark. And in terms of winning on social media, should I be thinking about quality or should I be thinking about quantity? Like, it seems pretty simple to have a template and then just feed you the template and then you create the hook and everything like this. As long as I have the template of what I want to achieve and I know my brand voice, that seems pretty simple. And the way that I see it in my head is basically like, I have the camera, I have the prompter, and I'm just basically getting a whole bunch of templates, a bunch of scripts for shorts, and I'm just banging them out one by one, period. If I continue to post multiple pieces of content per day, is that the same thing as trading, where if I need a sample size of 100 trades, comma, if my hit rate is like, I don't know, 20%, that means that per 100 pieces of content that I create, no matter how fast or how slow I do it, per 100 pieces of content that I create, those 100 pieces of content, out of 100 pieces, 20% of those will succeed. So if 20 pieces of content that I create per day succeed, then my chances of growth on any specific platform then increases exponentially. Does it not? Question mark. Or are the two industries, trading and YouTube, completely different in that mode of thinking? Question mark. Or should I really be thinking that if I have $100 pieces of content, just like 100 trades. It doesn't matter if I do it in a month, a year, 2 years, or even a day. As long as I do 100 pieces of content, 20 pieces will be a winner and they'll take me to the next level. Should I be thinking that way? Question mark. Like scalping, basically, or intraday trading. Is there any carryover here between trading and YouTube in this context? Or social media, basically, in this context? Question mark. Okay, short, clean answers first, then the mental model. Do recycled posts count multiple times? Yes, they count per platform fully. If you make 4 short clips and post each clip to YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, X, that is 16 pieces of content distributed, not 4. That's easy. Gary Vee's famous 100 pieces a day math was distribution math, not creation math. He meant one idea everywhere attention exists. So creation count, how many unique clips you make. Distribution count, how many platforms you post them to. Both matter, but algorithms only see what's on their platform. Quantity versus quality, what actually wins. This is the key distinction most people miss. False framing, quantity or quality. Correct framing, quantity in production, quality in selection, of course. Here's the rule that actually works in 2025, 2026. High quantity of attempts. Relentless pruning based on feedback. Templates to remove friction. Emotion and clarity beat polish. Your intuition is correct. Camera, prompt, templates, repetition. That's exactly how winning creators operate. Is content like trading? This is a great question. Yes, but with one critical condition. With one critical difference. Where the analogy holds, you need a large sample size. You need a large sample size. Most attempts fail or underperform. A few winners carry the account. You cannot predict which one wins. Consistency beats intelligence. This part maps cleanly. 100 trades beats expectancy emergency. 100 trades equals expectancy emergencies. 100 posts signal emerges. That thinking is correct. Where the analogy breaks, trading, every trade is independent. Risk resets to 0 each trade. Outcomes don't compound socially. Content, winners compound. Algorithms remember you. One viral clip lifts everything after it. One viral clip lifts everything after it. Old content keeps paying dividends. So content is closer to venture capital than day trading. That's the right mental model. This matters. Don't think 20% of my posts will succeed no matter what. That's not quite true. I think instead I am searching for signals. When I find one, I double down hard. In content, one clip hits, platform trusts you more. Next clip gets more initial impressions. Your hit rate increases over time. That does not happen in trading. The correct operating model for you, given your systems brain, here's the cleanest frame. Phase 1, exploration, quantity heavy, templates, prompts, fast iteration, 5 to 20 clips a day, no attachment to outcomes. Go discover what the algorithm rewards from you. Yes. And then you iterate, of course. Phase 2, exploitation, selective quantity, selective quality. Identify top 10 to 20% performers, extract hooks, emotions, pacing, framing, create variations, not random new ideas. This is where growth accelerates, right? And if I have the script already saved in the system, all I have to do is just basically get a remix of that and I can get infinite, right? The scalping analogy. You're close, but here's the upgrade. Early stage, scalping for information. Later stage, position trading your identity. You don't win by 100 random posts. You win by finding one resonant identity message, then pressing it. Bottom line, tell it like it is. Recycled posts count per platform. Distribution multiplies output. Quantity is necessary early. Quality emerges through feedback, not thinking. Content compounds. Trading doesn't. Your system's first intuition is right. Okay, so the next round of clarifying questions is this, colon, new line, new line. So if let's say I have a thesis for a channel that there is a potential market for creating systems or creating information about systems and using systems and helping people by giving them free content about systems and systems creation and etc. So I create that, right? And I basically have you give me the initial, maybe the first initial 100 shorts. And I'm just basically spitballing out ideas just to see what the market is searching for. I go through those 100 pieces of content. The faster I put up those 100 pieces of content is the faster I get that feedback. True or false? Question mark. New line, new line. After I get that initial feedback, I look at what are the outliers, what had done the best. Because I already have a transcript already, or script already saved, I then just feed that back to ChatGPT or another AI tool and then just get another remix of that version. And I keep on doubling down on that idea. So if let's say one short on, the 3 reasons why you need systems was a hit and I got an outlier amount of views, I then basically feed that script back to ChatGPT and then get another remix of that. And I basically now double down on systems. And I basically now talk about everything that I know and that I like about systems and that someone could use about systems. And then I find content based on systems, based on market research. I swipe that information and then we just create a whole bunch of remixed ideas on that. ... I then find that, okay, now we're getting more signal strength on this. So now I keep on finding another batch of 100 shorts where I can look at what are the outliers out of this 100 batch. So maybe 10% have really taken off out of the 100 shorts. And then I do that process again where I get the script, I feed that to ChatGPT, and then I find another remix to it. And I just keep on remixing and remixing and remixing, ... Can that work? And can I create legitimately infinite iterations based on that? Question mark. Which I'm quite certain of. I'm quite certain of it. And that's my hypothesis, basically, for this. Short answer, true. Oh, that could even be the deep work right there. It's just me thinking about ideas and then fucking implementing it. Short answer, true. And yes, this can work extremely well if you do it correctly. What you just described is basically scientific discovery, venture style, iteration applied to content. It's not naive and it's not delusional. It's actually how modern breakout creators win. Now let's sharpen it so it doesn't drift into a trap. Speed, feedback, learning. The faster I put up these 100 pieces, the faster I get feedback. True or false? True, with one caveat. Algorithms don't care how long it took you to make the content. They only care about impressions, retention, engagement. So 100 shorts in 7 days, faster signal. 100 shorts in 90 days, shorter signals. Of course, slower signals, sure. But feedback is not instantaneous. You still need 24 to 72 hours per post. Sometimes 7 to 14 days for a delayed breakout. Correct mental model. Speed compresses learning time, not algorithm time. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's say if I put out 100 pieces of content as fast as possible, what is the right balance to do this? Because if I understand it correctly, YouTube doesn't punish a channel based on, like, if they uploaded 10 pieces of content a day. You get what I'm saying? So if that's true, then it doesn't matter if I post 100 pieces of content in bulk. It should not matter. It should not negatively affect me, right? So then how would I go about, like, the delay in time between how many pieces of content I create and waiting for the right feedback to tell me what is a winning signal? Question mark. So to break that down a little bit more clearly, I post one piece of content every 30 minutes And I do that until I reach 100 pieces of content posted on a social media platform, let's say YouTube Shorts in this example, period. I then give how many days or how many weeks before I see feedback on this? Question mark. Because that's the difference between trading and YouTube, I think, or social media, is that because YouTube is search engine first, that could take a while for people to be researching certain topics. I understand that. Whereas trading, if I do a scalp trade, I can find out how the trade worked in 30 minutes. So how long would it take me between me posting up 100 pieces of content and having that batch, and then using that data to say, okay, this is how many pieces of content I posted, this is how many pieces of content worked, this is the signal that I'm getting, etc. Like, how many days should I give it? Is there a specific number, or is that more subjective? Question mark. All right, let's go back here to this question, to this response here. So short answer, true. Okay, speed, engagement. All right, we did that. But feedback is not instantaneous. You need 24 to 72 hours per post. You need 24 to 72 hours per post. Sometimes 7 to 14 days for a delayed breakout. Correct mental model. Speed compresses learning time, not algorithmic time. 2, the remix and double down loop. This is the core. What you described here is correct. Start with a thesis, systems. Generate 100 exploratory shorts. Measure outliers, top 5 to 15%. Extract the scripts, transcripts, remix, reframe, re-angle, publish again, repeat. This is exactly how TikTok native creators grow. YouTube Shorts channels find identity. Media companies test formats. So yes, this loop works. I'm seeing Jenny Hoyos, and she went from 10 million to 10.5 million subscribers, 500,000 fucking subscribers just with shorts. She's killing it with the shorts. Can this produce infinite iterations? Technically, yes. Practically, no. And this is important. What does scale infinitely? Angles, hooks, framing, examples, emotional entry points, skill levels, beginner to advanced. What does not scale infinitely? Core insight, identity, message clarity, trust. If you just remix mechanically, you'll hit content decay. Same idea, same energy, diminishing returns. That's where people burn out or plateau. This critical refinement, this is the missing piece. Your loop needs 3 layers, not 1. Layer 1, idea validation early. Do people care about systems at all? That's interesting. Do people care about blank? Do people care about blank? Oh, that's it. That's good. That's motherfucker. Yeah, let's go to Notion here. I hope Notion can handle it. Or the computer can handle it. Oh, shit. Nope. Not a good idea. Okay, I'm just going to have to manually do this. Do people care about blank at all? High volume, low attachment. Layer 2, message validation. Middle, which belief about system resonates? Systems equal freedom, peace, aha. Leverage, survival, spiritual alignment. This is where most creators stop too early. Layer 3, identity lock-in. Why you talking about systems matter. This is the moat. At this point, it's not, here's another systems tip. It becomes, this is how I see life through systems. That's where infinite remixing stops being necessary. Okay, interesting. The trading analogy refined one last time. You're close, but here's the exact mapping. Trading sample size, content, volume of posts. expectancy, retention and engagement, setup, hook and framing, edge, message, identity, compounding, audience trust. The big difference: in trading, edge stays static. In content, edge evolves with you. So doing 100 pieces faster does help, but only if you observe, you name the pattern, you consciously double down, otherwise it's just noise. The real risk, be honest with yourself, the danger isn't this won't work. The danger is endless remixing, no escalation, no deeper conviction, becoming an AI content mill with no soul. Algorithms reward clarity, not randomness. Well, that's the thing, you got to keep people watching. That's the main thing about the social media, is to keep people watching. As long as people watch, they're going to keep coming back. So if I can create a way to keep coming people on the thing and keep them coming back, that's what's going to eventually reward me. The correct framing to lock in. Here's the set. Yes, I think like this. Yes, this is how I think. Yes. Not necessarily to fucking keep people enslaved to social media, but because, hey, look, if I have a message to share, I need to get attention. I need to get eyeballs. How do I get eyeballs? I got to make fucking valuable things. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Here's the sentence I want you to anchor. I'm not creating infinite content. I'm converging on a signal. Your loop should look like wide, narrow, deep, not wide, wide forever. Bottom line, yes, faster learning is okay. Now my next thing is, great question. You're zeroing in on the exact place where the trading analogy breaks and needs adjustment. I'll answer this cleanly with numbers and rules, not vibes. First, does YouTube punish high posting frequency? No. YouTube does not penalize you for posting 10, 20, or even 100 shorts in a short window. Important to distinguish, YouTube evaluates each short independently. There is no channel level overposting penalty. Shorts are not pushed to subscribers the same way long form is. So your premise is correct. Bulk posting does not hurt you. The only downside of bulk posting is confusing yourself with noisy data if you read results too early. The real issue, timing of feedback. This is the core. You already stated the key insight correctly. Trading gives feedback in minutes. Content gives feedback on a delayed curve, right? And I want to take what April Lynn Alter said about creating a thesis, like a core batch of content, like 4 to 5 pieces of content that loop to the next video, to the next video, to the next video. I already have that idea down. I already know that. Trading gives feedback in minutes. Content gives feedback on a delayed curve. So we need a content equivalent of trade close plus settlement. The correct feedback windows. This is the answer you're looking for. Phase 1, initial signal, 0 to 48 hours. What you'll see, initial impressions, early retention, some engagement. What this tells you, is the hook working? Is YouTube even testing it? This is not final data. This is like seeing price move in the first 5 minutes, informative, not decisive. Phase 2, algorithmic decision window, 48 hours to 7 days. This is the real evaluation window. What happens here, YouTube decides whether to kill the short, keep it flat. Aha, there we go. That's what I want to see. Keep it flat, retest it with new audiences. This is when outliers begin separating. Some shorts suddenly spike on day 3 to 6. Others quietly die. This is the earliest you should make decisions. Okay. Phase 3, search, delayed discovery, 7 to 21 days. This is the part traders underestimate. Because YouTube is discovery-based, semi-search driven, topic clustering driven, some shorts do nothing for 10 days, then suddenly find a matching audience, then outperform early winners. This is why premature optimization kills channels. So what's the correct waiting period after posting 100 shorts? The rule, do not judge the batch until at least 7 days have passed since the last short was posted. Not the first, not the last, not the first, the last. Okay. Do not judge the batch until at least 7 days have passed since the last short was posted. If you post 1 short every 30 minutes, 100 shorts total, that takes about 50 hours, 2 days. You then wait 7 full days, ideally 14 days for confirmation. Only then do you analyze. That makes a lot of sense because you have to wait in trading for the setup to build, right? So if I'm trading ranging markets and I see from my higher time frame, from the trending time frame, and from the highest time frame, we were in a bullish environment. I want to wait for the price and the execution time frame to hit support. Then I want to go back up with it, not the other way around, right? I don't want to fight the fucking momentum here. I want to go with the momentum. So here, this is saying that you have to basically wait for the setup to build again before you see what else is next. That takes about 50 hours to 2 days. You then wait 7 full days, ideally 14 days for confirmation. Only then do you analyze the correct batch analysis framework. Use this. Treat it like this. Batch 100 shorts. Lock the batch. Don't touch it emotionally. After 7 to 14 days, ask, what percentage crossed my baseline? Example, 10K views, 5% engagement, strong retention, which topics repeated, which beliefs repeated, which hooks repeated, which emotional tones repeated. You're not looking for absolute viral hits only. You're looking for relative outliers inside your own data set. How this maps to trading. Clean analogy. Trading is the entry, content is publish. Trading is stop, take profit. Content is algorithmic decision. Trading, trade duration, content 7 to 21 days. Sample size, content 100 shorts. Trading, edge discovery, content, outlier analysis. An outlier analysis. Okay. Key difference. In trading, the time is fixed. In content, time is probabilistic. You're trading attention discovery, not price. You're trading attention discovery, not price. The mistake to avoid, very important. Posting 100 shorts, checking stats every hour, remixing on day 2, abandoning ideas too early. That's the content equivalent of moving stops constantly and overtrading. The correct operating rule locked this in. Speed is for production. Patience is for evaluation. Post fast, wait deliberately, then double down once the signal is real. That makes sense. Final concrete answer to your question. Posting frequency does not hurt you. Feedback starts forming 48 to 72 hours. Reliable signal 7 days after late post. Strong confirmation 14 to 21 days. Batch evaluation weekly or bi-weekly. Okay. So is it better to say the word thesis or hypothesis? And let's say if my thesis was people are looking for systems to save time, and there's an underserved market here, comma, would that be considered a hypothesis or a thesis, question mark? And then basically from there, would I want to be creating maybe like 4 to 5 pieces of long form content and have that out there to forward people from the shorts to what I'm talking about on the long form from the shorts, so that I can drive discovery to the long form? Question mark. So like I also noticed too, Jenny Hoyos has grown her subscriber count from 10 million to 10.5 million in less than like 3 weeks. Question mark. Period. Her videos, she posts very infrequently long form. However, her shorts, she sometimes repeats the same shorts and publishes the same shorts. And I saw this one weekend. I noticed that she posted the same short and she had like 5 or 7 shorts that she just repeatedly posted on the same day. And yeah, she's crushing it. So I'm just kind of wondering if my path to discovery is shorts now. ... But I also want to make sure I back that up with quality content on long form. And I also don't want to post necessarily repetitive stuff. But I do want to keep the content basically gauged back on the thesis or the hypothesis, which is about the systems, and people need systems to save time. And that's what they're looking for. ... Okay. Thesis versus hypothesis. Which word is correct? Use hypothesis at the start. Graduate to thesis later. Here's the clear distinction. Hypothesis, a testable belief not proven yet, requires data. You expect to be wrong or partially wrong. Example, what you're doing now. People are actively looking for systems to save time, and this market is underserved on shorts. That is a 100% a hypothesis. Thesis, a validated position supported by evidence, stable enough to build a brand on. Example, time-poor creators and operators consistently respond to systems-based content framed around leverage, peace, and freedom. So your instinct is right. Start with the hypothesis, earn the right to claim a thesis. This mirrors scientific method and venture investing. Number 2, shorts first discovery plus long-form backbone. Is this correct? Yes, this is the modern YouTube growth stack. Think of it like this. Shorts is the discovery engine. Long form is the trust and the depth. Brand is coherence across both. Shorts answer, do I care? Long form answers, do I trust you? You absolutely want long form anchors, even if they get fewer views, they grow slower. They're not optimized for virality. Why? Because shorts without depth equals empty calories. Number 3, how many long form videos should you have? You don't need many. 4 to 5 long form videos is perfect at this stage. These should be 10 to 30 minutes, deep, calm, clear, not optimized for hype. Think of them as if someone binge watches these, they get me. Your shorts then act as on-ramps to those videos. Repeating shorts, does that really work? Yes, and your observation is sharp. You mentioned Jenny Hoyos. She's a textbook example of how shorts actually behave. Important truth, shorts are not consumed chronologically. Most viewers see one short, never see your channel, never see yesterday's post. So reposting is not spam, is not punished, is often smart, especially when the short already proved it can win. You're testing timing, audience pools, or framing. This is why repeating shorts works. Should shorts always point to the long form? Not always, but strategically, yes. Here's the right balance. 70 to 80% of shorts, standalone, one idea, one belief, no hard CTA. 20 to 30% of shorts, explicit bridge to long form. I go deeper on this here. Full breakdown is on the channel. If every short points somewhere, it feels transactional. If some do, it builds an ecosystem. 6, keep everything aligned to the hypothesis. This is key. You said something very important. I don't want to post repetitive stuff, but I do want everything aligned to the hypothesis. That's exactly right. Alignment is not repetition. Here's how you avoid repetition while staying coherent. Same hypothesis, different angles. Systems save time, systems save mental energy, systems create freedom, systems reduce anxiety, systems enable scale, systems protect family time, systems create peace. Same core idea. Different emotional doorways. That's not repetition, that's signal amplification. Your correct path summarized. Here's the clear operating model for your situation. Declare a hypothesis. Systems help reclaim time and clarity. Produce shorts aggressively. Explore angles, hooks, beliefs. Wait for signal. 7 to 14 days per batch. Identify outliers, not just views, message resonance. Reinforce with long form. 4 to 5 foundational videos. Recycle winning shorts. No guilt, no hesitation. Graduate the hypothesis to the thesis once patterns repeat. This is discipline, not random. Bottom line, tell it like it is. What you have right now is a hypothesis, not a thesis. Shorts are absolutely a primary discovery vector. Long form is your credibility and depth anchor. Reposting shorts is legitimate and smart. Alignment beats novelty. Coherence beats volume long term. Okay, great. Now, Okay, great. Now that's coming into focus, because now what I'm thinking about is that I've been doing the live streams, and I've been doing these on more like my self-documentation, right? But now what I'm going to be doing with the live streams is when I have these deep work sessions, I'm going to be documenting and showing my work. I'm going to literally show all my secrets. I'm going to show my entire process. And the purpose of that is to show people the importance of systems and the importance of, hey, you motherfucker, you need a system to navigate all your stuff. Because if you don't have a system set up, that's why you're burning out, because you're trying to be creative, when being creative is not the real answer here. It's not the answer. The answer is to have a system like an Andy Warhol, and to do that over and over and over again. You know, that's the key. That's the secret sauce. And that's the thing that I want to really emphasize to people, is that that's the secret sauce. So if I can emphasize that that's the secret sauce, that's the thing that gets people to have success, is to have a system, then I can then forward people to my deep work operating system, or my inner alchemy operating system, or my suite of systems, and I can sell that as a subscription. So that's my idea, is maybe to have just a suite of systems, like my own LifeOS operating system, my own deep work operating system, my own creator operating system, and they can just choose whatever they want. And I can have different tiers. Like I could even just have like a freemium, just so they can get a feel and a vibe for it. And I can position this as a DFY, or I can say, hey, look, if you want me to build your company's system, you know, you hit me up, and that's a premium offer, which I know I can charge a lot of money for that one. I know I can charge a lot of cash for that one, period. So either which way, my idea is live stream first, showing my work. I do my inner work. I do my EFT stuff. I build that connection. I show that I'm a human, you know, I'm fucking vulnerable and all this stuff. And then the deep work is me showing myself, recording and doing all this content and stuff. And my idea here is, if I do that, and if, let's say, I have a hypothesis, systems save time, right? And people are searching for systems to save time, I then create the long form content first, like 4 to 5 samplers. I create 4 to 5 samplers, and then I create a whole bunch of shorts based on that. I use stuff from the actual long form video, and then I create dedicated shorts to push that. Okay? I create dedicated shorts to push that. And I think I clip the long form. My idea is I clip the long form where I don't push to anything. People literally just see me making the presentation. Then I have the dedicated short, and the dedicated short is basically where I then say, hey, if you want to know what I'm talking about further, you know, go to this video that's linked in the comments or the description, ... Does that work, and is that optimized? ? Can you give me a grade out of 100% on that thinking and that idea? So that way I have a content flywheel constantly going, ... You know, the book, Work the System by Sam Carpenter. There's other books on systems, but I really like this one. And what stuck out to me was that systems, and the way that Sam Carpenter talked about systems, is that systems are very vital. They're very vital for the success of your business. And he really made that very clear with his business. And I like that. And so then I realized, okay, if he was failing before because he had no systems, and that was his system, was to have no systems, and then he was able to transform his company around and make it a fucking massive success because he had the right systems, because he had a sales system, he had everything for his primary system, which was his business. He had the subsystems. Then that would tell me that the systems that I have can get me, if it's well dialed in, it can get me to success. And I know that I can do that for sure. I know I can do. All right, so let's see what the grade is here. Yes, that works, and it's very close to an optimized scalable flywheel. Grade 88 out of 100 is stated. You've got the right core engine, show the work, system thesis, product ladder. The missing 12 points are a few structural tweaks that will make it cleaner, safer, and higher converting. Number one, show the work is a moat. Most people teach systems in theory. Almost nobody shows the mess, the iteration, the friction, the real build process. That's your differentiation. 2, positioning is powerful. Creativity isn't the answer. Systems are. That's a polarizing, memorable belief. Polarization is attention. 3, you naturally have a product ladder. Free live streams and shorts. Templates, OS samplers, subscription suite, done for you systems. That's a real business model. What's missing? The 12 points. You need one primary funnel objective. Right now, your plan has multiple possible CTAs, long form videos, templates, subscription, DFY consulting. That can dilute conversion. Pick one default CTA per phase. Subscribe, watch another video, free download, subscription, This is how you avoid audience confusion. Shorts. Long form linking has one hard truth. On YouTube, shorts, long form is weaker than you expect unless you design for it. What works best? Pinned comment with the exact title of the long video, use related video, feature on shorts. YouTube lets you link a related long form video. Verbal CTA in the last 1 or 2 seconds, not mid clip. If you do those 3, your bridge becomes real. C, your current content needs 2 lanes or you'll burn out. Right now, you're planning inner work, EFT vulnerability, deep work, systems building. That's great, but you need clear lanes so the audience knows what they're watching. Lane 1, inner alchemy, state EFT regulation. Lane 2, systems build, They can cross-pollinate, but each clip should feel like it's in a lane. Don't sell a suite of OSs yet, sell one outcome. A suite is compelling later. Early on, it's too abstract. Instead, pick one flagship promise. Get your life organized in 7 days. Build your personal OS in Notion. Oh, that's a good one. Never lose track of anything again. Turn chaos into a weekly system. Your subscription can later become the suite. Your optimized flywheel, what I recommend, create 4 to 5 long form anchor videos, your samplers. These are not random, they're foundational pillars. Why creativity won't save you, systems will. My full deep work, okay, Step 2, 2 types of shorts. You already nailed this. Documentary clips, yes. I'm building the systems live, here's the mess, Conversion shorts, here are 3 reasons, Okay, if you want the full, okay. Bridge mechanics, must do. For every conversion short, use related video link like to the anchor, pin comment, first line of description, exact title again. Build the first lead magnet before the subscription. This is the next upgrade. A free download turns viewers into contacts. Example lead magnet, my deep work OS template for free. Weekly review checklist, okay, Then your subscription becomes easy. The biggest risk in your plan, tell like list. If you show all your secrets with no structure, you risk overwhelming viewers, looking chaotic, even if you're brilliant, leaking too many personal details. So show everything, but through a frame, meaning always narrate what system principle you're using. Final grade, 88. If you implement it, 95, 1 CTA, 2 content lanes, sell one outcome, not a suite. If you want, I can turn this into 1-page content flywheel. So show everything. The biggest risk in your plan, if you show all your secrets with no structure, what exactly do you mean by show all your secrets with no structure? ... And what do you mean by show everything but through a frame? ... Great question. This is a subtle but critical distinction, so I'll be very concrete. What show all your secrets with no structure actually looks like and why it fails. This is when you record reality without a lens. You open Notion and just start clicking around. You narrate every thought as it comes. You jump between tools, emotions, ideas. You explain what you're doing, but not why. You reveal personal details that aren't serving a lesson. To you, this feels authentic and honest. To a new viewer, it feels like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be learning here. True. Problems it creates: cognitive overload, no takeaway, no repeatable insight. Viewer can't explain your value to someone else. Algorithm struggles to classify the content. This is why I mean by chaotic, not emotionally messy, but instructionally unframed. What show everything, but through a frame actually means a frame is simply organizing principle that tells viewers, pay attention to this. Everything else is background. You're still showing the real work. You're just labeling the pattern as you go. The simplest definition, lock this in, a frame, the lesson you want remembered. Everything else is supporting footage. Concrete example, before, after, no frame. Right. Think of it like this, important analogy. You're not saying the two are transmitting the pattern. Okay, I need less text, and I need just very clear answers here. So to clarify what you're saying here about a framing thing, let's say if I have OBS and I have a scene, and the scene is the main, which is basically just the whole camera and the room. And then I want to highlight something, right? Would you say that it would be best to switch scenes to where I'm basically picture in picture, I have a screen up of what I'm doing, and then I have like some text, a text overlay in a corner where I am highlighting what I'm doing? Question mark? Because obviously for the video, I'm going to have very structured information on the video. But for the live stream is literally going to be live. It's literally going to be me legitimately showing my work. That's all I'm going to be doing. It's showing my work. That's it. And I'm going to be showing my process. So if someone doesn't get it, if they don't, whatever, then I can't really help that because my focus is on the video. The long form is going to be very concentrated. The short is going to be very concentrated. But the live stream is going to be more kind of like a whole mess of fuck could be happening, even though it's structured. But that's going to be me literally documenting my inner and outer work. And that also serves as my way to hold myself accountable so that I can show my family, my partner, my kids what I'm doing and what I'm up to. Does that make sense? Question mark. So how would I tailor a live stream in such a way where I have a segment where it's really focused on what I'm doing? Maybe like a wrap-up video or like a wrap-up section of the live stream where maybe like the last segment, like the post deep work session, right? The post deep work session where I talk about what I did today and I give an overview of all this stuff and I tie that back into the importance of systems. Could that work? And is that what you're saying to do? Question mark. Right. That's what the daily debrief is for. That's what the post deep work is for. Yes, that makes total sense, and you're thinking about it correctly. Here's a clean, no fluff answer, short answer, direct. Your live stream can be messy and real as long as you add one framed moment that explains what just happened. You do not need to narrate everything live. OBS setup, simple and correct. Scene 1, document mode. Default, full room camera, no talking required. Stay here 90% of the stream. Focus mode. When needed, picture-in-picture screen capture what you're building. Okay, minimal text overlay, top of a corner. Right, use only what you want to highlight. Right. Do not overuse. Scene 3, wrap-up mode. This is the key. Camera on you, no screen, calm, clear, 5 to 10 minutes of the stream. What did I build? What does the system, why does the system exist? What problem did it remove? How will future me benefit? This is where the frame lives. Okay, this solves everything you're worried about. Live stream stays real and unfiltered. Long form stays structured. Shorts, da-da-da. Viewers who don't get it, don't matter. Okay, you're not teaching live. You're documenting live, da-da-da-da-da. Right. Right. How this ties to systems, very clear. You don't say systems are important. You say in the wrap up, today I remove one decision my future self will never have to make again. That's it. That's the final lesson. Final confirmation, messy live stream, yes. Structured wrap up, yes. Picture in picture only when useful, yes. Yes. Okay, cool. Great. That's good. That works for me. I gotta go use the toilet again. I will be right back. And I really gotta get this. Live stream profile. Nope. I guess I just gotta do this manually for now. All right. That's a good idea. Okay, time to get back to the book. That's interesting. So this is from Steal Like an Artist by us and Kleon. I already said that, and it's it's on the screen. The trouble with creative work, sometimes by the time people catch on to what's valuable about what you do, you're either bored to death with it or dead. Interesting. That's interesting. You can't go looking for validation from external sources. Once you put your work into the world, you have no control over the way people will react to it. Ironically, really good work appears to be effortless. Mm. This is an interesting part right here. The worst thing a day job does is take away from you, but it makes up for that by giving you a daily routine in which you can schedule a regular time for your creative pursuits. Establishing and keeping a routine can be even more important than having a lot of time. Yeah. Inertia is the death of creativity. You have to stay in the groove. When you get out of the groove, you start to dread the work. Because you know it's going to suck for a while. It's going to suck until you get back. And yeah, that's exactly where I am. That's pretty simple, yeah. True. The solution is really simple. Figure out what time you can carve out, what time you can steal, and stick to your routine. But the thing that I'll also add onto that too is the emotional thing behind it, right? So if your emotions are not in alignment, if you are feeling that inner friction, especially in your nervous system, you got to clear that. And that's why you see me with the fucking EFT all the time. I agree with that one. There's another quote here that's really good. In this age of information abundance and overload, those who get ahead will be the folks who figure out what to leave out so they can concentrate on what's really important to them. Nothing is more paralyzing than the idea of limitless possibilities. The idea that you can do anything is absolutely terrifying. Yeah, I've been there. Too much shit going on. You got to really simplify it, and you have to learn how to say no to a lot of things. A lot of things. That's an interesting quote by Jack White. Telling yourself you have all the time in the world, all the money in the world, all the colors in the palette, anything you want, that just kills creativity. Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, here's the last one, I think. In the end, creativity isn't just the things we choose to put in, it's the things we choose to leave out. Thank you. Okay, so that book was a very short read. It was a very, very short read. And I'm done. And what I got out of the book was pretty much what I'm already doing. The titles of the book are very self-explanatory. Steal like an artist. Don't necessarily steal and kind of plagiarize. I already understand that, but basically copy inspirations and then create your own remixes, basically, is how I took it. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Very simple. Okay, so now that I've done that, this is it for today. Let me do a little debrief about this. Let's do a debrief here of what I did today. Let me first write this down. Actually, let me take that off until I actually do it. Okay, so this is going to be my official daily debrief before I log off. This is going to be my official daily debrief before I log off. So today's deep work session was to read Steal Like an Artist. That wasn't quite the original weekly debrief or weekly objective that I had, which was to refactor the deep work operating system. But seeing as how slow this computer is now going, I find it to be much more frustrating than to actually do that. However, I will do that. I will absolutely do that, and I'll make sure that I document this. And now, since I had this idea to do it like this, I might be able to refactor the system and to work on one component of the system at a time, one piece of the puzzle at a time. Hopefully it doesn't go too slow, but it's been going slow, so I don't know. If it goes too slow, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better to do very little light mechanical things that can help me set up my workflow and set up my day and plan and ideate better. Because then I can grab that information and then put that into my system and then have that be fed into my custom GPT. And then from there, I can then build the entire system. Or am I making excuses? Either way, I read the book Steal Like an Artist by Kleon. Last 2 days, it was show your work. And what I got from it, very, very simple. What I got from it was showing your work. It should be a mandatory in this era, whether it's through live streaming, whether it's through long form content, whether it's whatever. You're just showing your work and you're showing these highlights. I am taking it in such a way that I'm literally showing my work. And that's why I'm live streaming, because I'm literally showing myself live streaming. And that's my idea. That's my intention. And from there, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing in on taking parts of the live stream where I actually show the importance of building systems and etc. and consolidating that into very focused long form content. So the live stream is just more like you see me here on the screen. The long form will be me creating an actual polished video. That's what that's going to be. And I think from there, yeah, I think that's the only way. I think that is the only way. Is to create that long form content in such a way that you can see me behind the scenes, and then you can see it actually work in real time, how the magic happens. And then from there you see, okay, the long form gets converted into the short. That's pretty much where I'm going to go with that. I have to keep refactoring the deep work working procedures to sync it with the live stream. But basically, this is going to be the container. Every day I am going to go live. That's the key. I will have a live stream every single day. And then the key is to, even if it's just here for a few minutes, I'm just going to show that. I'm just going to show that I showed up. And I'm going to make that my focus. So unless I ship an actual brick, which I did, I'm done. If I finish the brick and I make it to 12 o'clock, then I make it to 12 o'clock. But if I finish the brick, if I have shipped the brick, then I'm done. That's it. And that's how I'm treating my work. And I will be including the blocks again. I'll be making sure that I have all of those parts of my system, how I did have it before. And especially with Ali Abdal, I really liked that LifeOS course because it showed me I was already on the right track. And I got some ideas off of that I put into my system. So having said that, that was the daily debrief. This is what I did today, and I'm done. And I'll see you tomorrow.